Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm cooking for you some traditional Jamaican stew chicken, and this is the way I was growing up watching it done and cooked. Basically, very easy to prepare. We didn't use any browning, we just used two basic seasoning. Back then, we used to go to the shops, buy raw chicken or raw chicken back, and we cook it with easy spice seasoning. You have two types, the all-purpose and the chicken seasoning. We'd use both. I am Joy Cooks, and now let's do this together. First thing to do is to get your chicken. You want to get it cleaned up. You want to wash it. For some people, you can just use water. Water will actually make the smell in the kitchen a lot more smell like chicken, rawness. So the best thing to do is to actually use vinegar, plain white vinegar, or some lemon or lime juice. Squeeze it all over the chicken and wash it off. Or you can use all three. Today I'm using some drumsticks, and to use the drumsticks I will cut the head off. You don't have to, you can cut it in half. However you choose to cut your chicken you can, and whichever part of the chicken you choose to use you can. Just make sure you clean it first and then start the process of seasoning. For my seasoning today I will be using Maggi all-purpose seasoning and a bit of chicken seasoning as well. Along with the seasonings I'm using some garlic, 1 clove, red pepper, half, yellow pepper, half, and 2 medium carrots, 1 spring onion, and a bit of thyme. Well, quite a bit of thyme. Thyme will actually help to make the meat have a more rich flavor, and I like using thyme in my food. And to all of us that's cooking, this is my recommendation. Personally, I love using Maggi product. Maggi seasoning is one of the best seasons I've used so far. If you don't have a Maggi in your house, you need to get one. This is just my recommendation. It's really good. After combining all your ingredients with your meat, you want to give it a nice sturdy shake. So I'm going to put the seasoning in the bowl. I'm going to grab it together with the next container, cover it, and I'm going to shake the hell out of it for about 30-40 seconds. After shaking it up, I'm going to put it in the fridge. It's best to store it in the fridge overnight to get the most intense flavors or the most flavor in it. But for me today, I'll be doing it for 2 hours. I will place it in the fridge, allow it to marinate for just 2 hours, and then I'll take it out and then I'll cook it. To serve with my stew chicken, I'm gonna use some dumpling. And to make my dumpling, well, here we go. First up, you wanna get a big container that you can put about 200 grams or 300 grams of flour in, depending on how many dumplings you're looking to make. Today I'm looking to make about 6 to 8 dumplings. To make dumplings, you need plain flour, not raisin flour, just plain flour. Plain white flour. You want to put it in the bowl, you want to get some salt, you want to get some water. You can see here that my hand is in a motion. You want to keep your hand doing that to make the dough. To make the dough, you need to use the water bit after bit after bit. You don't want to pour it in all at once. So take your time and get the dough just right. In making and getting your dumplings prepared, do remember you need to have a pot of water on the fire that's hot, boiling hot. You can't put your dumplings into cold water, it will stick to the bottom of the pot. You need to have it in boiling water, and that way it's much, much better. To make your dumplings and getting them that nice shape, you need to do a similar motion to what I'm doing, except you don't need to beat it from left hand to right hand. I just got carried away in making dumplings, you know. But yeah, the motion has to be similar, and you need to remember that in making them, you need to take your time. Don't rush it. It's a process, and for those that are just learning how to make a dumpling, take your time, and like I said, get everything right. It's no rush. Dumplings are very much easy to make if you know how to do it. It's very delicious, very simple, and it can be enjoyed with pretty much any kind of meat. I was grown up eating dumplings and just butter, and eventually it graduated to a bit of dumpling and tin mackerel. But then it went back to butter because I love dumplings with butter. Once you try it, you can't get over it. You just have to keep going back to it. Now it's time to place my dumplings into the pot of boiling water. And how can I forget that little tiny dumpling that I make? Oh boy, as a child you used to love doing this with your family, with your moms, you know, if you're cooking. You go to the kitchen and you would interrupt her just to make your own dumpling. Sometimes you would go as much as try to put your name on it. I was grown up as a kid that enjoyed cooking with my mom. You want to cook your dumplings for about 15 to 20 minutes, and after that's done, it's ready to serve. But today I'm gonna cook some and I'm gonna fry some. So after this is cooked, I'm gonna do a next step to it. Now it's time to cook my stew chicken. But first up, I'm gonna get a pot onto the fire, place a bit of oil, get it really hot, and then I'm gonna put my secret ingredient in there. Today I'm not using any browning. And not using any browning will require the meat to get brown. This is how I was grown up doing it, by adding some brown sugar into the oil, and it's gonna just caramelize out or just cooked out. Once the sugar has been broken down, it's just gonna be a bit of liquid in there. You will need to keep an eye on your sugar while it's being cooked in the pot, because it can be overcooked, and if it gets overcooked it's going to become bitter. You don't want that. What you want is for that nice color, and not too much of a high heat, a low heat or a medium heat, and you want to watch it. Constantly paying attention to it, and then once it's broken down and you get that nice color, you can start putting your chicken inside of it and just getting the sauce of the sugar onto the chicken. For me personally, I prefer to use sugar on my chicken as my browning. It not just only give the chicken color, but it also give the chicken a little bit of a sweetness. Combined with the flavors that you're using, when it's finished, it's just this perfect balance of flavors in your mouth that just, I don't know how to describe it. When you try it, you can see how delicious it is. So you want to keep cooking the chicken just like this for another 15 to 20 minutes on a low heat or a low to medium heat, and having it constantly turning the chicken so you can get those colors on and so you can have the chicken pre-cooked. Once it's pre-cooked enough, then you can add your liquid to your spices and your herbs that the chicken was seasoned with, and you can use cold water or boiling water, but it's best to use a bit of boiling water so that way the chicken won't take any time to start cooking down. For a more intense flavor or for a more stronger flavor in the food, you can always use chicken stock instead of just plain water. I still haven't turned the stove up to maximum. I have it on just above medium to cook the chicken because I'm using not a big pot. I just don't want it to boil over too much on the stove. I have to be careful. So, and the next purpose is when you're cooking the chicken and not having it on too much of a high heat, you want it to take its time and cook through. But you don't want it to cook too fast and then the meat become too soft and then it just broke up on the slope. Not together, you know. I want to cook the chicken and it stays together when it's cooked. So this is part of the process of cooking it and not too much of a high heat so that the bubbles or the boiling is not too intense in the pot so that the chicken is start to cook too much and then it just start break apart. I'm going to get a plantain and I'm going to make some slices. A plantain can be cut in many ways. Slices, cubes, square, however you choose to cook it you can. It's still plantain and it still can be enjoyed. However, today I'm cutting them, mine in this style. Now that my dumplings are ready, I can serve them as they are, but I did say I'm gonna do another step. So my other step includes getting them after they're cooled, or overnight best. Leave it overnight to cook it like this, to fry it like this and get the best result. So I'm gonna get them after they're cooled. I'm gonna cut them into halves and then cut those halves into half. So one will be cut into 4/4. And then I'm gonna fry them along with the plantain. And then I'm gonna serve it with my stew chicken and a bit of avocado. While the dumplings are being fried, I'm gonna double check the chicken, and then I'm gonna have both of them cooking, and then I'm gonna fry the plantain. And once all of them are ready, I'm gonna combine them onto a plate, and then I'm gonna eat and enjoy my feast. I hope you guys enjoy your feast when you make it, as much as I'm about to enjoy mine. That stew chicken is ready, plantains are ready, dumplings are ready. Avocado, avocado is just gonna be peeled and cut into a few slices and whacked. Guys, I just want to say thank you for being a part of my support team, and without you guys this wouldn't be possible. The platform is growing more and more. As I'm doing this channel right now, it's just over 990 subscribers. It's on the verge of 1k, and I just want to thank you guys, because without all of you, then this would not be happening. The channel is growing every day, and I just want to put it out there. Thank you guys so much for all the love and the support. And I hope you guys enjoy my video. I have a lot more coming. Stick around and let's see what happens in the future, because I'm excited about this too. Thanks guys. Enjoy your weekend, your day, and goodbye.